The new Japan regions pack just dropped. With the previous regions packs, it was quite easy to build beautiful cities, but only with mods. So I'm wondering, what can you build fully vanilla with 0 mods? So let's start a new city and find out. The only thing I'm starting with is unlocking all map tiles, and then the challenge is to use as many Japanese buildings as possible. We're starting on this map, which is Hiroshima. I actually like this map a lot. It has a lot of flat area, some places for harbors, and of course historical relevance. But we start up here at the interchange. I just built out a general road layout, and now of course we need to start with some low density residential. The great thing is we directly have assets for that. The Japanese low density housing. We throw it in, let it develop, and also get in the basic needs. We need wind turbines. Let's just put it here. The bottom here will be industrial because, well, this is the direction the wind blows. We can get in a transformer station, possibly sell some of the electricity we generate. We're even generating a lot here, so some wind turbines don't hurt. 3 connected up. Of course, we need water. Let's just start with a small water tower for now. And then sewage in the beginning is always a problem. I'm just gonna dump it right here, but this of course needs a solution at some point, a solution that's better than just dumping it into the clean water in the river. With that we have our first homes zoning in, and I think they look really nice. I feel like they kind of look European as well. Of course they have the AC unit, which then makes it more Japanese, and they all have small nice gardens. Very cozy houses for sure. Along more of this main street collector we can add Japanese commercial, which I'm really excited for what this will be. And we also make some room for general industry. Nothing special there, just a basic grid. Fill it with industry and connecting it up. I just want to have it here so it fills the demand. Back to the commercial. Apparently not that many assets. The same spawn next to each other. This is a furniture store. This is recreation. This is convenience food. Okay. They look very much like they could be like in an industrial harbor. I like the assets for sure. They're probably not the best next to a residential area, but why not? And we just expand the same way, more commercial towards the highway, and then a connection under the highway so people can get to this commercial zone just way easier. Looking very cozy for now. Next up we have some complaints about health. We can fix that. There's no Japanese cemetery. I really love this British one. This one right here, the church, looks really great in my opinion. But there is a Japanese medical center. Let's get it down and have a look at it. Basically a concrete box. The sign is really nice. It doesn't say medical center, so this gives it a lot of style. Looks like a great asset, and it even has an upgrade which goes right here in the building. That should solve our medical needs for now. There's no Japanese special buildings, which I think is a shame because they're actually quite useful. They give benefits to so many things. And if you're building a UK city, all these benefits stack up and give your city a really big boost. Normally I would use them. Right now I'm not allowed to, since I'm only using Japanese style. But that's then what we have to live with. These guys complaining about lack of labor. So we need to go back to more residential zoning. Still a lot of low density to zone before we reach milestone 2 and get some medium density. I'm just trying to get a somewhat realistic layout. Of course, not spending too much time on these individual steps, just to get more people moving into the city. And then there of course could be a path right along the coastline, connecting all these things up. Hopefully not destroying too much of the zoning, and with that it already looks better. To get some money in the meantime, let's just get in a forestry industry. It has a surprisingly big radius I see right now. Not sure if they increased it or not, but this should produce some things that we can then use and sell. And until we reach milestone 4, I'm just going to build out the road layout. We just unlocked milestone 2, which unlocks medium density housing, and I built some grid here right in the middle that we can use to zone some of that housing. Let's get it in and see how these buildings will look. Hopefully that will alleviate some of the pressure over here from all these people complaining about workers. The medium density housing just zoned in. Surprisingly, they are not that steep, so they don't take up this entire place, which I think should allow you to put paths in between, which is well, a great opportunity for many things because it looks in general quite beautiful. Just zone up some paths and then plop down some trees. This can look very, very nice and make for a really green city. These look very much like apartment blocks. I like the texture on the side, so it's not just concrete. And there are some colors with the red and the green. Yeah, so these are the medium density Japanese housings. We still have a lot of demand, so let's get in more of them. I have zoned a lot more housing that's filling in right now, as well as the small park. We just reached large village that gives us many things, such as education. And for that we have elementary and high school. Let's start with the Japanese elementary school. I'm going to use one of these squares here on the side. It's basically a very small building with giant fences and a large field for sports. It looks quite empty, sadly, in the back here, because the other houses, they have so much detail. Not sure if I like it, but at least... No, it doesn't even have... Oh, it has upgrades. An extension wing in the back. This actually, I think, makes it look way better. And the other one is an elementary gym, which probably goes on the side. But from top down, it fits the style. So it fits in very well, actually. Now taking a more deeper look at it. Then we have the high school, which is also giant. I don't right now have a good place for it, but we also don't have the money for it right now. But what we do need is a firehouse. There's a Japanese one. Let's put it right here and let's take a look. Also a giant concrete area with nothing on it. Apart from that, great design. Yeah, it looks really empty, but the signs are nice though. And it looks Japanese. So thumbs up for that. And then some people are complaining about police. We can get you some police right next to the fire station. Hopefully there are no external upgrades. Yeah, these are just internal ones. And the police station, same story, so much concrete, but very nice signs. I love these Japanese symbols. And someone just entered that police station. Probably the one person working there. The city is growing fast, but very high unemployment. Good thing we just hit milestone 4 and unlock offices. Sadly, there are no Japanese offices. That's a pity. I'm still going to zone some because they usually make a lot of money and that should help us a long way. Apart from that, at milestone 4, we didn't really unlock much of the Japanese things. The main thing we're missing is the mixed housing, which will come up at milestone 5. So let's just grow the city and also give it a bit more detail. I've added some industry area, this pedestrian crossing here as well, a bit of forestry or just forest area. And this downtown is starting to look very, very nice. I love the building style, as well as these small buildings here I spotted. We've hit a spot in the progression where things move somewhat slowly. So I am just going to zone a lot and see where things go. In the meantime, we have reached Tiny Town, which means we can zone Japanese mixed housing. The last Japanese housing type that we have not zoned yet, and this is what it looks like. Shops at the bottom, the top, the standard. They here sell, and a lot of parking at the back. That's great. That's probably for shopping as well as for the people that live there. Not too much variety as it seems. These buildings are all quite similar, but that might not have to be a bad thing. It has 30 employees and 60 residents. That's the overall count, and for sure it fits in very well with the other stuff. And now it's getting winter, very snowy here in Hiroshima, and these mountains are just nice, very white. That could be a really good place to ski. And I mean, the snow, to me it feels like it's better than how it was in the beginning. These assets have now snow trees in the gardens, which I think with other asset is not the case. But I mean, the sports field, there's no snow. I still don't like how snow is solved in the game. Not everything has snow, and it's basically just like a white virus spreading across the entire scenery. But that's what we have to live with if we choose a map that has, well, snow. Interestingly enough, these are actually medium density housing, the same as these ones. That's pretty funny. These big and these small units are the same building. This is medium density housing and this is medium density housing. Here 8 people live, here 18 people live. I mean, okay, this giant building, 30 people live there. Oh, it's 30 households, so 60 residents, and this is 13 residents. Yeah, not sure if I'm too happy about that. And I'm not even sure why that happened and why it's now so many of these that are just the same. The general zoning size is the same, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm quite sure. But I guess that's how it is. Next service we can add is a Japanese radio mast. Let's try to throw it in right here actually. I'm not sure why this is now a Japanese radio mast, probably because of this company. Maybe it's a Japanese one, I don't know. And apart from that, there's also a Japanese post office. Let's get it in right in the same corner, just like that. And then we can add mailboxes, maybe here, here, somewhere around here, and probably at the school, as well as at these small buildings. People should be quite happy, and the happiness score is going up. This is what a Japanese city looks like. Now the big question is what to build next. This is where your suggestions would be quite helpful. We still don't have many parks. I'm just adding some right now. I think actually all these areas here could be greenery, because why not get in a lot of trees here? Maybe something like a shopping center would be nice. I don't think a shopping center exists directly. Maybe then a petrol station. It's a UK asset, but why not? And that would mean that this entire area here is Japanese commercial for people to shop, and maybe some offices on the side. The snow just disappeared, but it's October, so probably it will come back at some point. And then we fill the rest here with trees, just like that. Actually, we could get in some farming. This is all a farming area. I mean, right here, just a small farm. It deletes the trees, but I think it still looks fine. This big area here actually might make sense to be a farm. Let's just get in vegetables. Not sure if this makes sense. And then we zone it up. Good thing this is all land here that we can grow stuff on. And just like that, we have a field right in the city center, basically. Production chain wise, we have surplus of the things that we produce, of course, and most of the other things we are not producing. I guess this is the city we have now. A lot of medium density housing, and some of it is weird. Some low density housing with the UK cemetery, and also these very cute small houses. They even have a greenhouse in the back. And then there's the industry. Let me know how you would proceed with this city. It's profitable. We have 5,000 people. What to do next in the city? Overall, I like the Japanese assets. You can for sure build a nice looking city with it, and it's all very coherent. I wouldn't call this the most beautiful city. Maybe it looks like Soviet blocks. I've never been in Japan. Maybe this is what Japan looks like. I'm missing somewhat of Japanese traditional architecture that is here in these small buildings, but this is how you can start a Japanese city. It works really well without mods. Maybe it can work even better if you have ideas on how we can continue this city together. Hope to see you in the next one.